Hi guys, welcome back to the Guild Chat. It's episode 18, and once again, all the cool stuff is appearing on the Star Wars forums, and we're here to talk about it. How is everybody doing?
Good, thank you.
Mad.
All right.
Was that mad, Davvo?
Mad. So angry.
It must be all the anguish from Maul's kit.
Hey.
Yeah. So okay,
Which
so
looks broken.
We'll get to that. So first up, we're going to talk about the new Lord Vader requirements. So the third and final set has appeared. It is once again not what anyone thought it would be. I mean, I guessed one of the characters. We knew what one of them was already, but the other three were like, no. So anyway, we've got the BTLB Y-Wing at 7 stars, Grand Moff Tarkin at Relic 7, Arc Trooper Relic 8, Gas Relic 8, which we knew because they teased it before, and Newt Gunray Relic 7. I don't know how they're choosing these things. It feels
all
like
the relic levels.
It feels like they've got like bingo balls and they're just drawing them out of a thing, going, "Oh look, it's Arc Trooper Relic 8. Yep, we'll put that on his requirements."
This has to be the highest total relic levels of any Galactic Legend so far.
It is
by a long mile.
Yes. I think I mentioned this before.
Have they got any relics below level 5?
No.
They don't have any Relic 6s either.
No.
That's, well, I don't think they're ever Relic 6 required, are they? It's always 3, 5, or 7, or 8.
I thought Kenobi had some.
No, well, it wasn't like Thrawn Relic 6 or something.
Yeah, Thrawn.
Oh, maybe.
And Dooku.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough, I stand corrected.
Well, I think that's the only one. They definitely keep pushing the benchmark on these relic requirements, which is kind of a bit of a shit, really, because it's like if you want to play the game, it's almost like, well, you have to do these in order or you're going to suffer. You know, it's
Don't forget they're all equal power levels as well.
Supposedly. Because Jedi Master Luke is totally equal power levels to anybody.
Yeah, 100%.
They have to keep pushing up the power level of the kits to keep up with the power level of the investment they're asking for.
Ooh.
And they promise
but they're all the same level.
Well,
no, but they're all the same level, Davvo. They're all the same level.
True. How can I argue with
CG.
CG's own words?
Yeah,
They wouldn't lie to us.
They never lie to us.
No.
They're such a good company.
They'd never change their mind. They'd never make Jedi Master Kenobi with Ahsoka Tano the best team in the game without any competition.
At the
But
moment,
they'd never do that.
Maul's going to change that.
Yeah.
With Vader, of course. Because
Right.
you need 4 Relic 8s.
And of course, they'd never make it so that Ahsoka Tano has any synergy with Anakin Skywalker.
I think one of the... Well, first of all, I think that what they did is they released Kenobi, got everyone to spend all their resources, and then went, haha, look at these even bigger requirements for new space boat and other GL.
4 Relic 8s.
Yeah, I know, it's horrific. But also, if you look at the requirements, none of those characters are going to want to go in Lord Vader's squad.
No.
None of them. So you're still going to have to relic another squad to go with him.
Love this game.
It's like,
unless they do a funny move and make him a separatist Galactic Legend.
No, because I think they did that on purpose. Because it was like, obviously they did Rey and Kylo, and you got their squads with them, so it kind of felt like the investment was really good because they came with squads that would work with them. But then you do Jedi Master Luke, and you go, so you've got one crutch and Hoda if you want him, but everybody else isn't really that useful for you. Or you do Sith Eternal Emperor, and he doesn't really care about any of the guys you had to do for him.
He wants Dreven or the Sith Triumvirate, doesn't he?
Kenobi, I don't really know if Kenobi really cares too much about the ones you have to do for him. I mean, I've seen a lot of people run GK with him.
Everyone needs to run GK with him, at least until they get Commander Tano, because he gets damage immunity and a permanent haunt.
Well, yeah, that's one of those weird things, though, because I think that a lot of people haven't experimented with not using GK. Like, even when they've got Ahsoka and Gas, they're still using GK.
Yeah, there is literally no point.
Oh, no, well, what?
Yeah, GK was one of the strongest tanks in the game for a fair stretch of time.
Okay, hear me out here, right? When you're playing and you don't have Commander Ahsoka, he always the AI on defense always puts the damage immunity on GK. Okay, which is fair enough. As soon as you've got Ahsoka in your squad, he always puts it on her. Which then, what's the point in GK?
He's still an insanely strong tank with a permator.
But you could just take more attackers or something. You could take other stuff.
Even when he isn't in damage immunity, it's so hard to kill General Kenobi.
I know, but I kind of feel that like you might have a better defense if you're running Commander Ahsoka if you didn't take Kenobi, because Kenobi doesn't do anything when you've got Ahsoka there, unless your opponent just deletes
Stands
Ahsoka.
like a brick wall.
What the fuck?
And lets Commander Ahsoka Tano do whatever she wants.
Especially if he's at relegate.
Which he has to be.
I don't know, because I mean, maybe if they used like C-3PO or someone, that could be just as annoying. Because the C-3PO variant of his squad's pretty annoying to fight against, just because it eats even more of the clock.
Incredible permataunt. Very hard to kill.
He's not. Not that hard.
What?
Just mark somebody else, it's fine.
With who?
Like Revan or something.
Oh,
That's what I do.
okay.
I just mark someone else. It's like, I'm not attacking that person.
Yeah, but you got Luke. Who
Right.
hits like a tank.
Not for long.
Wait,
Well,
which
yeah,
which
no.
Luke are we talking about here?
Not the shit one.
All right, okay. Yeah, I suppose, but I don't know. I think there's definitely room to play around with some of the other choices, but I've not seen anyone even try.
I'm going to maintain that it's because there's no point.
All right, but you could take fives, couldn't you? Because he's got like
Or you could,
counterattack.
or you could use General Kenobi.
All right, I'll see where this discussion's going.
It's like talking to you, Raid.
It's not.
Do you not remember the Mon Mothma team incident
No.
where you insisted that the tried and true correct team and best team was wrong?
No. I don't remember this.
Do you not remember the point where you said Powell wouldn't be good in a Mon Mothma team?
No.
No?
No, I can't remember any of this. This happened more than 2 days ago. I can't remember what's going on.
Yeah.
Not relevant anymore.
To be fair, we've probably lost all record of it now that we're out of the Discord.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we're already off on our tangent talking about Kenobi when we should be talking about Lord Vader. How do you guys feel about these requirements?
Your mum?
We can't say that. That's offensive. Honestly.
Honestly, you could say anything else but that.
I thought this podcast was anything goes.
I don't think anyone
anything
ever
goes
stated
as
that.
long as
But
we agree with it.
guys, seriously. The in-joke is fine, but no one will get this.
Yeah, but that's
fine.
what... Nobody listens past this point anyway, so it's fine.
Probably.
No, so how do we feel about Lord Vader requirements?
Relegate Arc Trooper instead of a good 501st for Lord Vader.
A lot
Like,
of,
either Rex or Fives would be so much more thematically appropriate. Instead, we just
Yeah, but
get
you don't want to
an
have to relegate
unnamed
Rex,
Arc
do you?
Troop.
To
I
be
guess
fair.
not,
at
but
least he's got a ship.
relegate Fives. That was an incredible arc of the Clone Wars.
At least he got a ship.
Oh, 5 deserves it, yeah.
Do you know what wasn't an incredible arc in the Clone Wars? That time when
The Arc
Anakin
Trooper.
Skywalker told an Arc Trooper to shoot at something. Probably, I don't
That was
know.
my favourite arc.
I like how that was a whole arc.
But yeah, other than that, I don't care.
Yeah, they're not anything special. I mean, I think I did say that Newt Gunray would probably be on there because he kind of gets killed by him. But I don't know why
Relic
Tarkin's
7
on there.
Nute Gunray, Relic 7 Moff Tarkin, neither of which I want to do ever.
And it's like, why is Tarkin on there? Is it like because he told him to like not strangle some dude?
Tarkin was a big part of an arc in the Clone Wars, and best friend to Lord Vader throughout his time in the Empire.
Why does it feel like Kenobi's requirements are all based on the Revenge of the Sith film and all follow the Revenge of the Sith film, and then Lord Vader's requirements are all based on like Anakin met this guy while he went to the bathroom once?
Yeah. Mostly because I'm pretty sure Anakin spent most of Revenge of the Sith in Palpatine's bedroom.
Or killing separatists.
Or killing separatists.
Okay, yeah.
Crying.
He has so much more screen time in the Clone Wars.
I hope he has an ability that's called "It's Obi-Wan's fault," and it just makes him cry.
Yeah, I don't see why they'd ask for Relic 7 Tarkin and Relic 7 Nute Gunray. Those are the sort of things that in previous Galactic Legend requirements would be Relic 3 to 5.
But why not?
Well, in previous were Relic 3.
Don't you have to Relic Tarkin for C
Yeah.
anyway?
Relic 3.
Who talked about duplicates not being in?
No, there will be duplicates. The requirement will be a lot higher than it was previously.
As proven by this.
Yep.
Yep.
So, not impressed. I'm still probably not going to get him just because he requires Bad Batch, and they're apparently a pretty horrific team to gear.
Yeah.
Yes, they are.
So, I don't think he's going to be one of those characters you can really accidentally stumble along to almost getting.
No,
definitely not.
I expect he'll flip the Squad Arena meta right around.
Which would be strange because he lost to Kenobi.
Completely dominate.
Yeah, but he lost to Kenobi, so it'll seem weird that he'll beat him.
So did Maul, and yet, by the looks of it, Lord Vader with Maul is going to dominate Kenobi.
All right, okay. Well, we'll move on then, and we'll have our opinions of Maul's kit, and we'll go from there.
I love the look of Maul's kit.
Okay.
Love Maul.
How do you do?
I thought it looked shit.
Yep.
That was my initial impression. I thought it looked rubbish.
How am I always on this side of the character argument?
I'm with Davvo on this.
Oh, I'm always on the other side, but
you love Maul. You literally have a hard on for Darth Maul. So.
It's true.
I mean, part of it is that you can never see the character's stats, and that is one of the biggest things about how powerful a character is. But like, I had a quick look through his abilities, and and if your opponent's got a Kenobi on the opposing team, it's like, yeah, you get like quite a huge bonus really to start with. But otherwise, I'm like, great, what's so good about this character over another character?
Probably the 60% offense stacking every time he takes a turn, when he can take 5 turns in a row, doing true damage each time.
And calling a mass assist with each attack.
If he's the leader, yeah. And that's at the start of a battle.
Also, his leadership makes no fucking sense.
Even if there isn't a Kenobi on the other team, he only needs to use a single ability to get to that point.
Okay, right, okay. So we're going to go through the kit. But I will say this before we go through the kit. Remember the Omega kit where you guys were like, it's going to get so much damage! And then look what happened.
Yeah, okay.
It's like, oh, she could stack all the damage. And then it's like, yeah.
To be fair, reports say that she does stack a lot of damage.
Yeah, in territory
proportionally to her starting damage.
Yeah, it's fine, but it's
She's oh my lord, she goes from 9,000 starting damage to 50,000 starting damage.
She's 3 foot and a fag butt worth of annoying child. Like, how much damage is she going to be able to do? Like,
I love it. Is that like a new height gauge, Ender?
Oh, it's just always been the height gauge for someone who's shorter than 5'11". You're 3 foot and a fag butt.
I've never heard that before.
I haven't either.
Is this some sort of short joke I'm too tall to understand?
You could also say she's as useful as Anne Frank's drum kit, but
You do like that one, don't you?
I do like that one.
Yeah.
I do like that one.
All right, okay. Well, let's do Maul's kit. So, Maul...
Raid, please do the honors.
Well, you know. So, Dark Side, Attacker, Leader, Mandalorian, Unaligned Force User. Not really anything unexpected there.
Not a scoundrel.
This is one thing I'm finding strange. You know, when they do the graphic and they do the highlights seem to be getting worse. So, like, the Executor had one of its bullet points as win in Squad Arena. Maul's first bullet point is deadly Force User. This is a really...
That's what they use in the character shard descriptions.
Yeah, it's like that doesn't tell me a highlight about him, because I'm pretty sure every Force user in this game except for Luminara is kind of deadly. You know what I mean? It's like everyone who's anyone is a good character in this game. Almost. You know.
Visa Smart.
I've actually put Visa Smart in my Maul team. I've created one. And I'm going to start gearing them, and Visa Smart's going to be in it.
His synergy suggestions
that is not a glowing review.
Okay, so his synergy suggestions are Lord Vader, Mandalorian Beskar Armor, Bo-Katan, the Armorer, and Django Fett. Which
sounds fair for a Mandalorian team.
Yeah, that Lord Vader Mandalorian team. Okay, so his first ability, or his basic, is Crushing Blow, where he looks like he's about to fall over when he does the animation. The final text is deal physical damage to target enemy. If it's the first attack Maul used this turn, Maul gains 1 stack of Anguish, max 5 stacks. If it critically hits, Maul gains another stack of Anguish. And then Anguish is take damage at the start of your turn equal to 2% of your max health for each stack of Anguish, and gain that much offense until the end of the turn. This character can't be defeated by this damage.
Watch me swap my Executioner mods directly onto Maul.
Yeah, it feels this first bit is the weird bit, because it's like this is where I'm interested to know what his critical chance stat is, because you're not going to be modding him for critical chance based on his other abilities. So that one's quite dependent on if it's good, the critical thing anyway. So his first special is cooldown 3. And this is a Zeta. Dispel all buffs on the target enemy, deal physical damage to all enemies, and inflict offense down for 2 turns. This attack deals 5% more damage for each buff dispelled. Maul gains 2 stacks of Anguish, stacking max 5. If an enemy was defeated by this attack, Maul instead gains the maximum stacks of Anguish. I kind of like this ability, because it means if your opponent puts in like a crap character and Maul just kills him, he's like, yep, I'm on full power.
Yeah, Maul is going to be insane for solos.
I don't necessarily think like that for solos, but I think if you put him on defense, you can't go, oh yeah, I'm just going to chuck like a really low gear Wat Tambor in, because Maul will kill him and go, yeah, cool, thanks.
I mean, just using that ability will give him his max Anguish stacks on his first turn, because he starts with 3 and then gains 2.
Yeah. Or does he start with 3? We haven't got there yet.
Yeah.
And then his second special is Seedling Rage, which has a cooldown of 0, which is the kind of interesting one. And this is a Zeta as well. Deal true damage to target enemy and inflict buff immunity for 2 turns. If Maul has 5 Anguish, increase the enemy's cooldown by 2. Excludes raid bosses, Galactic Legends. Maul loses 1 stack of Anguish and takes a bonus turn. This attack can't be countered. Each time this ability is used, it deals 60% more damage on subsequent uses and increases by an additional 60% until Maul uses a different ability during his turn. So this is the one where people are like, this is going to like blow people away.
Pop.
Again, it really depends what his base damage is. Because this is the same deal with like the Omega character, where it's like it looks like you're going to do an absolute truckload damage, but if your base stats aren't that great, or it takes you a long time to ramp up to do that, you know, it generally doesn't happen in a normal 5v5 battle. It can't be used if he doesn't have any Anguish. His next ability is Leader, which is called a Usurper, and this one's really confusing, so we'll probably have to go over this one. Mandalorian allies have plus 5% max health for each Mandalorian ally at the start of the battle and plus 25% offense. At the start of the battle, if Maul is in the leader slot and not in the ally slot, Mandalorians in the leader slot gain 1 stack of Mandalore. So that's you and your opponent if your opponent is also Mandalorian. And this stacks up to 2 stacks. It lasts until you're defeated, can't be copied, dispelled, prevented, etc. When a character with Mandalore is defeated, the character that defeated them gains Mandalore until they are defeated. There can't be more than 2 Mandalorian effects in battle. Okay, so I'm going to pause before reading the rest of the text. So, if you've got Maul and they've got another Mandalorian leader, you both gain a stack. If a character kills one of those characters, he gains the stack.
Yeah.
Yep.
Up to 2. Yeah, okay.
Yep.
Right. Mandalorian allies deal 20% more damage when they target an enemy with Mandalore. While there are 2 Mandalore buffs on allied characters, all Mandalorian allies deal 50% more damage during their turn. So if you fight an enemy Mandalorian squad and you kill their Mandalorian leader, it's all great because now you're doing extra damage. And then the Mandalore ability itself is Mandalorian allies assist, dealing 50% less damage when this character uses an ability during their turn. At the start of every turn, dispel all debuffs on the healthiest Mandalorian ally without Mandalore, and that ally gains Taunt and plus 100% defense until the end of their turn. Defeating this character will grant Mandalore to the character that defeated them. If this character is defeated by status effect, Mandalore will not be granted to anybody. That means like dots or something.
Yep.
So
yeah,
so it is. It's kind of. So I'm trying to like. So he gives Taunt and plus 100% defense to the Mandalorian character ally with the highest health. Now, bearing in mind, if your opposing team is Mandalorian, they also benefit from this.
Yep.
So
basically, it's not going to be good for mirror matches. We can get that.
I know, but it seems like the whole idea is to play mirror matches with it.
Why?
Because of the whole, your opponent's a Mandalorian and you're a Mandalorian. Do some Mandalorian stuff. I don't know why you'd play mirrors anyway. Yeah, I know. Who is the highest health Mandalorian? It looks like it's going to be
better versus everything except Mandalorian.
Yeah, but who is the highest health Mandalorian ally?
Whoever has the most health at the time.
Yeah, but which character is that?
Man.
Yeah, but which character is that in the game?
Whoever you mod like that.
I don't think it works that way when you've got shit characters like Bo-Katan who's got about 4 stats.
Well, if you mod one for high health,
asking who has the bases.
Yeah, who's got the highest base? Do we know? I'm just going on Mandalorians. We've got our choices here are Beskar Armor, Bounty Hunter Mando, the Armorer. Sabine is definitely not Sabine. Django, Super Commando, Gar Saxon, Canderous, or Bo-Katan. I'm just looking down the stats here. I think it might be. It's the Armorer who has 47,000 base health at Relegate.
Yeah, I don't think you want the Armorer getting taunt.
After that, it's Canderous at 38, but he generally doesn't rock health mods. And then you've got Django and regular Mando at 35, Beskar Mando at 37, and then everybody else is like low 30s. So unless you just sort of put one Mandalorian ally in your squad, it's going to be a bit hard to control that because you're obviously putting taunt on them and then they're gaining defense. And the defense is great, but if they're not a tank to begin with, then the defense isn't that useful. I could see it being quite annoying if it went on to someone like Django, because then obviously he can die and come back and get another life and stuff.
Yeah, but as soon as you get him as soon as you damage him below the health of another Mandalorian ally, that Mandalorian ally will get the taunt.
Oh right, because it's the healthiest Mandalorian ally, as
exactly
opposed to
like Grievous's mark.
Yeah, okay. Because I was thinking it would just be the one that's got the highest HP. You know, like how guard works. It's like, no, it's that guy. He's got it.
Oh,
it can't change. I'm not sure. It probably works the way you're thinking, because then it would just pass the mark around.
Yep.
And obviously, if you were running this leadership, you would probably want Bo-Katan with her Zeta. The only use for Bo-Katan and her Zeta, so that because you keep getting your out of activation assists, and then that's obviously healing up your team. And then you'd probably want the armor. Maul's team seems very weird.
Really?
Yeah.
You never had contact with any of them.
Okay, well, let's move on anyway. We've still got his
same could
unique.
be said of like Jedi Knight Revan's team.
Bound by Hatred, it is unique.
Well.
And it's his third Zeta. Maul's attacks are unavoidable, and he has plus 15% offense. At the start of the battle, Maul gains Frenzy and Retribution for 2 turns, and 3 stacks of Anguish, stacking max 5. If there is an enemy Kenobi, he gains max stacks of Anguish instead. While Maul has 3 or more stacks of Anguish, he is immune to stun and ability block. While he has 5 stacks, he ignores taunt and is always critically hit by enemy attacks.
Funky.
So it seems kind of weird. So like he's got Frenzy and Retribution. So obviously if he's got Retribution at the start and you hit him, he then starts giving himself stacks of Anguish. Because he'll counter-attack you with...
One of the best options you could do with this is like have a Thrawn 1 speed slower than Maul. It's like he uses his ability, gets the 5 Anguish, then immediately starts popping off.
Or you've got somebody who's faster than him who calls him to assist. Because then he'll gain a stack of Anguish from his basic.
Oh yeah, Armorer can do that. She calls all Mandalorians to assist.
So I think that's quite a good idea, calling him to assist, powers him up. Obviously, if your opponent hits him, the Retribution is going to cause him to attack anyway. He's got Frenzy, so you guys might not have really used that because it's mostly just on Bosk, but Frenzy is like, if an ally uses a special, you immediately gain 100% turn meter. Or you gain a bonus turn.
Yep, and obviously they're not going to be targeting him because
it doesn't matter.
Any one of 4 other allies could have taunt.
But it doesn't matter if Maul's slower, is what I mean, because as soon as you use a special, he's going to gain the turn meter.
Yeah, that's going to be insane with a fast armorer. Like, completely mental.
I'm just going to have a look. I think the armor is the fastest, isn't she? Yeah, 186 base.
Yeah,
and then
she's insanely fast.
Django's 178. He's pretty quick, but the others are kind of just sort of like 140, 150 for the most part. So yeah, I could definitely. I think you probably would end up with I think the armor could be a really good one on him. I mean, the 3-stack Beskar buff is incredibly powerful on a lot of characters. But on a character like him, where it's just going to be, oh look, he's gained even more Anguish, and he can't be critically hit, which counters out the fact of his 5 stacks of Anguish.
It depends on how they do priority on that. They could still do it like, you can still be critically hit, that overrules.
Well, I think
crit
in
immunity
most cases, crit immunity is minus 99990%, and crit always critically hit is plus 99990%. So it will cancel out.
We can look these up, but I'm pretty sure, because I know like potency up gives you like 100% potency, but tenacity down gives you like negative 1,000 or something. You know what I mean? So they're not always equal.
It's like advantage gives plus 200% crit chance, critical hit immunity gives minus 99999% critical hit chance.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. He looks to me a bit like Omega does, where it's like, this looks amazing on paper, but until you actually play it, it doesn't actually look that good.
Unlike Omega, though, this is specifically advertised as being amazing with Lord Vader. So they're going to make him great, whatever.
Yeah, they have said that, but it doesn't really say what in here makes him good with Lord Vader.
It'd be in Lord Vader's kills.
I mean, it might be the fact that Maul starts with Frenzy and a GL pretty much goes first because they've all got like 5 million speed.
There's also the fact that during Ahsoka Tano's developer insight, they made a little hee-hee towards nothing being able to remove cooldowns yet. And Maul's basic, because it reads, if this is the first ability he's used this turn. So there might be something there.
Wait, on Maul's basic?
Yeah.
Oh,
if this is the first ability he's used this turn.
I think what that means is if you use the Seedling Rage to keep zapping people, that he then can't use Anguish as his... he can't use his basic as his last move to gain another stack of Anguish.
Well, they're bonus turns, so that doesn't...
Or does it mean...
I guess it could be to do with countering.
Yeah, it could mean that he doesn't gain Anguish on counters. I don't know.
Well, he does for each first counter he does.
Yes, it could be right. It could be that you just can't gain like 1 million stacks of it in one go. I don't know. We'd have to wait and see on that one. It's a little bit confusing. CG's amazing text. I don't know. I don't see anything specifically that's going to work with Lord Vader. I feel that Lord Vader is going to be one of those characters who, no matter what they do with his kit, it will not reflect what happens in the film. And I think partly because he's got 2, maybe 3 scenes of on-screen appearance as Lord Vader before he becomes Darth Vader's full suit.
Well, he's definitely going to have a force choke.
Yeah, maybe. Instantly defeats Padme. Use this ability, impregnate Padme and instantly defeat her. She can't be revived.
The sadness.
I don't know. I just feel that he's going to be a really weird character anyway, Lord Vader, because he's he did everything on his own other than bring some clones with him to kill children. So having him be a character that then uses a team seems a bit strange. Any thoughts, guys?
I mean, I personally like the look of it. It looks overpowered, but I mean, unless he gets like a stupidly low base offense, that plus 60% on consecutive turns is going to shred teams apart.
Yeah, I can't wait for him to call 6 mass assists in a row.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be fun.
With ever increasing damage.
Yep.
Which ability's got the mass assist on it?
His leader.
Oh, right, okay.
Anyone with Mandalore calls a mass assist every time they attack.
Oh, so it's like the Geo thing.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Does that only apply to Mandalorian allies? Only they assist, isn't it? So, yeah.
Yeah.
You've seen the stats on Bo-Katan, right?
What do they matter?
She doesn't do anything.
Ah, right.
It's only really Django that does a lot of damage. So,
and Canderous.
Yeah, he does okay, but I think he does more damage because he doesn't stop shooting.
Anything's damage. Doesn't matter how you do it.
All right.
Yeah.
So Davvo, would this be your new team of choice?
Yes.
Abandon the last team, go to this team.
Well, all the same Mandalorians would carry over. I just wouldn't have to use Sabine.
True.
Yeah, but then you want the armor shred to go with the the armorer, don't you?
The armorer does her own armor shred.
Oh, she's
And
too...
besides, you only need one Beskar armor, and it's going to go on Darth Maul, and then he's going to kill things. Plus, armor shred won't matter for Darth Maul's damage because he ignores armor anyway.
Oh yeah, because it's true damage on his Seedling Rage, isn't it?
Yep.
Okay. Guess we'll have to wait and see. They're taking their time about bringing the conquest back. Which is kind of annoying. I kind of feel they did it on purpose just to make everybody who didn't buy the shards or couldn't get the top box for Ahsoka basically to have to wait longer, to punish you for not waiting.
I have a bit more faith than that, but not much.
Oh, we'll see. Hopefully it'll come back in like the next week or so, because it just feels like we almost we must have gone about a month since the last one at least.
Yeah, we haven't had this month's conquest.
I know, and we're at the end of the month, so we're a conquest behind. So what they're going to do? 2 back to back?
No.
But it's supposed to be only like a week in between, isn't it?
Well, usually it's two on, 2 off, isn't it? So considering we're like weeks late, and they said, I'm pretty sure they said we'd get the same amount.
But then wouldn't you have Maul really quick? Is Maul going to be the next person in Conquest?
Yeah, so Maul's going to take Ahsoka's spot. She's dropping down to the Razor Crest spot, and the Razor Crest's coming off and just being in the Conquest little stores and Jawa things.
All right.
But I think with that Galactic Chase and the amount of packs they put out, everyone's going to have the Razor Crest. I don't think they thought about that very well.
It seems like a good thing.
No, I feel that like CG when they came up with their plan, it was this thing's going to be on for 3 conquests, then it's going to drop down to the second bracket for 3 conquests, then it's going to disappear and only be available in the special shops, and then a year later it will appear on a node. That was their initial pitch for the whole conquest characters, and they've already broken that kind of by going, Razor Crest, oh shit, we want to use it as a requirement, therefore we need to give it to people. Yeah. So I wouldn't expect I would expect this trend to just continue, and that what they'll do is they'll just go, oh, you need the conquest character all the time, and therefore they'll have to do some Galactic Chase or some other nonsense.
Oh yeah, especially if it's going to take a year for Razor Quest to go on a node, because if you didn't get it, you're not getting a new ship, are you? No. Unless you plan on buying it from a pack.
Yeah, exactly. So unless you've got 4 million GP and we're able to do hard conquest, you have to spend money on the Razor Crest. So yeah, that's nice and fun for everybody. Which seems stupid, to be honest. You're making these things Galactic Legend level requirements, or even requirements for anything. It's like I don't see the point in having to make people wait a year.
Well, it's to make you spend money, isn't it?
Yeah, but you'll just do something else.
I'm doing something else other than Lord Vader, because those requirements are silly.
Yeah, so what is this other thing you are doing?
More.
Oh, you're doing more instead.
So yeah, it's not exactly going from one thing to a really easy thing. Well, although I am nearly done with Padme.
Well, that's good. And you've almost got gas, haven't you? Yeah, ditto.
Yeah, I need to do the last one.
So hopefully do that
doing
before
something
the changes.
other than Lord Vader too.
And that is?
Which is?
Quitting.
Again.
Well, if you knew you were going to say that, but I thought that was something serious then.
Yeah, I thought he was going to say, I'm going to do Maul.
He's already begged someone else to do Maul for him. And by begged, I mean someone offered.
Yeah. I didn't beg for that to happen. I was kind of saying it as I might keep logging in while Conquest is up to do Conquest.
Just so you've got it.
Yeah. because I want more.
To be fair, cool. If you were going to quit the game and then potentially come back, that would probably be the least amount of effort. Just get the.
I am honestly not sure about a potential coming back this time.
No, that's also fair.
Maybe in 3 years when university is finished.
They have summer holidays.
They do.
In 3 years,
I want to spend them playing this.
So
they'd probably have like Relic 12 or something in the next 3 years.
Relic 12, be lucky. 15.
Yeah. So did you say Andy was going to take
coming
over?
back with my Relic 8 Supreme Leader Kylo Ren in 3 years is like someone else coming back with their Gear 12 JKR in today's meta.
I kind of feel that all of the GLs will remain relevant as long as your relic levels are the same, because they've all been quite well balanced against each other.
I kind of feel like the new Galactic Legend each time is going to completely destroy them.
Yeah,
I don't know, because like the current, well, excluding Kenobi, who's still fairly new, the other 4 all kind of play quite well into each other. There's some quite difficult matchups, but none of them are impossible.
Well, is that before or after the changes?
Well, the Luke one, Luke isn't going to be able to beat anything, but the other 3 will be fine.
Yeah, how does Luke beat Sith Eternal Emperor after the changes?
Well actually, I found it was
Sith Eternal Emperor gets a buff.
Yeah, and Luke gets 2 nerfs.
Yep.
To be fair, I actually found the easiest way to beat Sith Eternal is with Jedi Knight Luke lead. It's way easier than Jedi Master Luke, or it's way easier than the Bastard Ashan lead as well.
So aren't they stopping Braun from fracturing Galactic Legends as well?
No, he will still fracture them, but he just lowers their speed now.
Right.
And lowers their counter chance.
Yeah, it's like minus 50% speed or something. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Which is still useful, but it's not that useful.
Yeah, it's not taking a Galactic Legend out of the fight useful.
Well, no, because they're still going to be like 200 odd speed, aren't they? Instead of 0 speed.
Yeah, but you can still fracture their mates.
My Galactic Legend is as fast as the rest of my characters now.
Yeah.
But is Andy going to take over your account then when you quit?
I think that's the plan, if he's still down.
If he's not playing Football Manager 2021?
It'll be 2022 by the time that happens, probably. But yeah, I said I'd look after it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I did it last time, and I found it to be quite a lot of work. But then I was obviously still trying to do all the guild stuff at the same time.
What will be interesting is Andy's going to do conquests for Davvo's account, but not for his own.
I never said that. I just said that I just don't like it. I never actually said that I wouldn't do it for my own. I just hate the game mode.
Why are you doing it for Davvo then?
Because I like Davvo.
I like you too.
We established this earlier, Raid.
Right, well, it makes no sense, but whatever you want to do, whatever keeps you happy.
What do you mean it doesn't make sense? I just said I play Conquest on my own thing. It's not like I'm not going to. I just don't enjoy it.
Everyone's 4 million plus now, aren't they? So everyone's on hard mode.
Yeah, this will actually be my first time round on hard mode.
And that's going to be
my first time
very
playing Conquest.
exciting.
It's going to be quite bad as well because they've just changed it to whatever they're changing it to.
Yeah.
So are they changing some of the discs and stuff again? So there'll be a new best combination of discs.
Yep. Oh, Uni, are you excited for the Jawa Galactic Challenge?
Extremely. I can't wait to get 1.5 6-dot mod things for having partially relic-y Jawas. It's going to be so worth it.
Yes. Perfection.
What else have we got to talk about? The new ship came out. Have you guys experienced the amazing new ship that they said was going to completely dominate the meta and then hasn't?
I have. I just crushed a 5-star ship today with Malevolence.
Yeah.
God, they did such a good job with this ship.
Yeah, their testing was literally Jerry can't beat it with his negotiator. It's fine.
I love how they made the entire or half the community mad by saying it was going to be unbeatable, and then the half they didn't make mad with that statement mad when it wasn't unbeatable.
Great, isn't it?
They angered the entire community with this ship release. That's
pretty
impressive and admirable.
So yeah,
admirable.
Well, I found that the remaining bounty hunters I hadn't got to Gear 12 were really easy to get to Gear 12. So now everybody's Gear 12 except for Piet, who wants Chirotechs, but Kenobi's getting them, so he has to wait. But everyone's at least Gear 12, so I'm on my way. I'm gonna get a new space boat. I can't have some.
Need a new space boat?
Because the thing is, I can't have some. No, I don't. I need more fleets, because if I put down 2 good fleets on defense, I've only got 2 reasonable fleets on offense, and one of them isn't that reasonable. So if my opponent's got good fleets on defense, I can't take his defense as well. And the other point is that I am uncontested in my payout time on Fleet Arena, and I don't want a bunch of nobodies to just go, oh yeah, you know what, we just bought this ship and now we sit here because CG decided to update it so it actually is unbeatable.
That's fair.
Because that would suck. Because I would rather do that to them instead.
So are you planning to put it on defense, or are you going to use it for offense?
I don't know.
GAC?
I don't know. It depends how well it holds on... well, because they said they were going to look at it, which means they're probably going to tweak a ship, or they're probably going to release another bounty hunter ship earlier to make it super amazeballs. But it depends how it does, really.
If it's release Han's Millennium Falcon level unbeatable, then yeah, that thing goes on defense.
I mean, the thing with Han's Falcon that made it unbeatable was there wasn't very many other ships in the game. And there was only one tank at the time. I'm not saying it
will be, I'm just saying if it ends up being.
Yeah.
Because they could easily do that. They have the power to make anything unbeatable.
Well, yeah.
I mean, Kylo Ren was for quite a while. He was very difficult to shift after those updates they did because of gas.
Yeah. Well, they updated him because everyone was complaining he was underpowered, which he was.
Mm.
And I'll stick by that story because it made him stronger.
Yeah, sure. He was totally underpowered.
Yep, absolutely.
The problem wasn't gas all along.
Nope. I just love how the first Galactic Legend pair, Rey was the one who was lauded as going to be overpowered.
You know what's going to be even better?
Dominated every... What?
Yeah, if they do all these updates they're talking about, and then Gas can solo Kylo again. That would be amazing.
Well, now his...
Because they won't test it.
Yeah, now his crits won't reduce cooldowns on any GL. So that's never going to happen again.
No, but the problem wasn't he just killed your entire team because he kept going after your double tanks?
The problem was that he just reduced all of your cooldowns. That's why they added his advantage gives critical hit immunity. Because he could just solo everything.
Yeah, it feels like they should have just gone to the source and fixed that. I said this before about the Jedi Knight Revan problem. It's like, stop making all these new Jedi really shit or have to have weird things so they don't work with Revan. Just go back and sort Revan out.
But Revan himself is balanced now.
Yeah.
If they change him now, he'll be completely out of the meta.
Yeah, I think he's the only thing that's balanced about him, though, is the fact that Kenobi specifically says Galactic Republic.
Because he's a Galactic Republic GL?
Yeah. Luke has, just Jedi. But you're not even using his... But you're not even using his lead because it's garbage. I don't know. Any other topics, or are we about done?
I have nothing else to talk about.
No,
Put Rex in the requirements. They didn't do that.
don't.
Yeah, Rex is a weird one, not being there. But so's Ahsoka not being there.
I'd have thought
Yeah.
Ahsoka was.
But then R2 isn't there, or C-3PO, or, all these other characters he has a massive connection
You know
to.
who are? The Bad Batch.
Oh yeah, those characters
and
that he
random
spent.
unnamed ARC Trooper.
He spent years working with them and building up like a trusted relationship and everything.
Yeah, he definitely didn't build C-3PO. That's stupid.
Clearly. But yeah, there we go. He's probably got the least relatable requirements of any Galactic Legend to the actual character.
Complete thematic failure.
Yeah, I mean, that Relic 7 Zam. Met her in a corridor once. Casually walked by her dead body.
Yep.
There we go. Any idea what his funny little relic thing will be? Because Kenobi got the
Youngling's head.
Kenobi got the weird thing, didn't it?
His own torso.
His own limbs.
Yes, his legs back.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think
Maybe it'll be R2D2.
Yeah, it could be anything. All right, we'll wrap it up there. If you've managed to survive this long listening to us ramble on, thanks a lot, and we'll hopefully see you again.
Seek help.
We sure will.
Yeah, let's do the Vader requirements first.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll start with Vader. Okay, so
Quick,
where are we?
Turn the recording on before I start ranting about Rex's not being there.
Mate, we've been recording for like 4 minutes or something already.
We have?
Wait, we've been recording?
Of course we have. You know how this works.